Welcome to Now Innovating, a research to impact series at the University of Calgary. I'm your host, Julie McGregor. We're back with another Energy Burst related episode as we continue to get ready for the Global Energy Show, where we'll be highlighting the University of Calgary's new energy research strategy and a multitude of energy related innovation, research, and education supports that are available. This episode, I speak with Dr. Viola Birss, a leader in electrochemistry and in nanomaterials development for a wide range of clean energy applications. She's also a former Canada Research Chair in fuel cells and related energy systems, and the co-founder of SeeO2 Energy and Momentum Materials Solutions. We're also joined by Arlene and Anand Singh, who have collaborated on research with Viola that has led to the creation of their startup companies to support energy storage and conversion. Hello, Viola. Hello, Anand. And hello, Arlene. And welcome to Now Innovating.
Hi.
Hi.
Really glad to have you
be here.
Thank you for breaking our record as most guests I've had on the show at one time. So this is exciting and a new learning experience for all of us too. Just since there are so many of you here, I just want to set the stage for our audience. I just want to understand if you could explain your professional working relationships.
Arlene was originally a master's student in my group, and then Anand joined even earlier as a postdoc and then as a research associate. And so we've got a history of working together well. And we currently work heavily together on a daily basis with these startups, doing lab work, discussing results, interpreting data, training students, and thinking about next steps.
Yeah, I was originally a student in Viola's group, and we co-developed the technology. And after my graduation, we started a company together.
Excellent. And what year was that? That was you started being when you were a student?
From 2017 to 2019.
Okay, so you've known each other for a while. And Anand, when did you get involved?
I joined Viola's group in 2012.
Okay, excellent.
As a postdoctoral fellow, had the opportunity to work on a wide range of projects, industry projects, ranging from high temperature to low temperature. So this experience inspired me to start the company in 2018. So Viola was instrumental in getting my first consultancy project in 2019.
Yes.
So I joined her group back again in 2020 and have been working with her as a research associate. I also worked with Arlene on a couple of projects as well. So
Perfect.
It's been
good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for just putting that context together of how you all know each other and why I've got you all in the same episode.
Right.
This makes sense. So I know you all have research expertise, looking at energy storage. There's batteries, hydrogen fuel cells, conversion technologies, so much more. Viola, you co-founded SeeO2 Energy as well as the company with Arlene, Momentum Materials Solutions. And I'm just wondering if you could tell me more about the importance of, developing, these types of technologies and maybe tell me a little bit more about SeeO2 Energy itself.
I guess we can all agree that we are in a semi-crisis, I think, with climate and definitely in an energy transition time. And we've been working in this area for a very long time, but this whole thing with climate change is really at the driver behind most of our work. Thinking about all the impacts on other species as well, and oh my gosh, right, fires, etc. So we do have many problems to solve. So SeeO2 Energy, again, was founded out of my team, and they've developed a really good catalyst for converting CO2 to green fuels and chemicals. So in theory, that would replace, in the future, could replace hydrocarbons directly. Momentum Materials was developed about the same time, and they are looking at hydrogen utilization, green hydrogen utilization for transportation primarily in the future. Again, we need that when you think of what cars are generating and all the CO2 that's being emitted. And BlissEarth is doing many things that are tied to these projects, including good green ways of utilizing natural gas. So there's many things that all funnel back to clean energy, I would say, and contributing to that transition.
Yeah, such an important thing that we all need to really focus on and think how we can advance our research out of the lab and actually make it into helping the energy industry and doing these things. So I just want to learn a little bit. You kind of give a really good preface to you about what each of the companies does. But I just want to do a bit more of a deep dive. So Arlene, I'm really curious to just I want to learn more about how your graduate research actually with Viola led to, developing momentum material solutions. Like, just tell me more, like describe your technology a bit more.
Originally, my master's thesis is on water treatment. So that's what I developed when I was doing my master's degree. I'm trying to use a novel carbon technology that's invented by Viola's group, and using that technology to do some application specifically in water treatment. And at that time, we thought there's like a huge potential of using the technology to solve some of the water treatment challenges in the industry. And after my graduation, Viola got a grant, and that grant supported us to fund the company. And we spent 2 years in market development and market research specifically in the water treatment market. But in early 2022, we decided to pivot because after intensive market research, we found the technology could only solve a problem in a niche market, and development of the final product will be a long haul. So that's why we decided to pivot it into hydrogen fuel cell using the same carbon material technology. And luckily, some of my previous colleagues and Viola's previous students, Dr. Xiaoan Li and Dr. Marva Atwa, they have achieved some really, really good results of using this material in this specific application.
Cool.
So that's why we determined to continue in research and product development in this direction.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. So you're a little bit further stage along with your product and the commercialization journey.
Yeah.
And then Anand, I want to know more about where BlissEarth Energy is too. I feel are you a little bit more early stage in your innovation path? Where is that technology at?
So BlissEarth Energy Research is a contract research and consulting company as of now. And right now we have 3 ongoing projects, mainly in the area of clean research, as Viola mentioned. One of them is partnering with MMS and Next Generation Manufacturing Canada, funded by Next Generation Manufacturing Canada, is to manufacture next generation membrane electrode assemblies for PEM fuel cells. Another project, again, is contracting with MMS. It is with Alberta Bitumen's upgrading to much value-added projects. The third project is with data analysis. So we have our hands full right at this moment, but what we want to do is procure more contracts and to employ more people to handle those contracts in this clean energy field. So that's where we are.
Excellent. So we've got, we've got actual technologies and we've got expertise available for people in energy to access. That's fantastic. The 3 of you are really a great representation of the U Calgary community, right? We've got a faculty member, we've got an alumna, we've had a former postdoc and research, staff researcher. So I'm curious, what supports, Arlene, you mentioned, you had a grant early on to support you, but what else within the Innovation U Calgary ecosystem, what resources or supports have you accessed and how have they supported you on your innovation journeys?
I would say Innovate Calgary was very helpful to us at many stages for both SeeO2 Energy and Momentum.
Yeah.
Very, very helpful. And research services actually has been brilliant. They've helped us so much with agreements and advice and done an amazing job there. As Arlene mentioned, we also got funding through CFREF, which is Canada First Research Excellence Fund. And they really were the shot in the arm to get MMS off the ground. So have to acknowledge them as well. And then I really just find the ecosystem at UOC just so warm and fuzzy for startups. And I think that's why Calgary is recognized as a leader in that direction. So we've had help all over the place, and it's just a great place to be for startups, for sure.
For me, it's the inspiration, right? We are surrounded by so many startups. Mm-hmm. So working next door to a CEO of a new startup and all that, it's very inspiring. Also, you walk around the university campus, you can see so many facilities which have been donated by local entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. So that has been very inspiring to start BlissEarth. And also, once started, the university ecosystem helped a lot in nourishing my startup. I would like to mention Evolve to Innovate. That is a program by Innovate Calgary and U Calgary. Mm-hmm. So they had an 8-month curriculum in which they coached us a lot in this, how to manage these startups. And I was also helped by academic entrepreneurs in residence. Big shout out to Adam, Paula, and Yagos. They helped us a lot in fine-tuning our project proposals and all that. Yeah. So it was a great help. I think UCalgary is doing an amazing job at
Yeah.
nurturing new startups.
So as Viola just mentioned, we got a grant from CFREP for the first 2 years. And also in the first 2 years, Innovating Calgary has helped us in business coaching, some legal stuff, and also IP, patents, granting and filing. I also got help from UCCA. It's a student program. So they helped me to hire a business intern student for the last year. And that student helped me a lot for on the market research and cold calls with customers.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that program existed.
Yeah, totally. And I think legal clinic at the University of Calgary is also a really, really good resource in the early days when we don't have enough funding to hire a real lawyer.
And Viola, I know you'd mentioned too, like you're engaged a lot with My Tax funding to like support like
Yeah,
training
true enough.
for your like students.
True enough. There's a bunch of the people from my team are supported by My Tax to work at SeeO2 Energy and with MMS. So, and that really cross-fertilizes. It's a brilliant program too. And, people are going back and forth so that it creates that bond between us all. It's very good.
Well, I'm just really excited to see like where momentum continues to grow, and like as you do your project with BlissEarth Energy, and even like how SeeO2 Energy has like expanded so much. So it's like it's really exciting, and I thank you so much for all the important work that you're all doing, to like address the climate crisis and get these technologies into it. So I just thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your stories about your innovations.
Right, great to be here.
Thank you.
To learn more about SeeO2 Energy, Momentum Material Solutions, and BlissEarth Energy research, check out the episode description for links to all of their websites. And to learn how to move your research to impact in the Innovation at UCalgary ecosystem, visit ucalgary.ca/innovation.